Hey, it's Merce. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing something a little different. We are going to do a cemetery tour in Kingston, New York at the Montrepose Cemetery. I decided to go here and check this out with my friend and his daughter. It was a really gray, cold, and windy day. I really wanted to do some reading here, but that was not going to happen. But I did take a lot of footage of some really beautiful headstones and sculptures, and just the layout itself was just really nice. A lot of old tombstones. This cemetery was built in 1850, and you can see that here in a lot of the gravestones and architecture. I did read somewhere that this location is maybe haunted. There was only one little note about it, and it said that a witness visiting the cemetery described the apparition of a long-haired woman in a flowing dress flitting between the gravesites. So that's pretty intriguing. I don't think I saw anything myself. I can definitely imagine some Victorian ghosts hanging out here. A lot of the very wealthy and successful and upper crust of Kingston was buried here. Your industrialists and your railroad people and just, factory owners, people like that. But there are some interesting little facts that I found out about the cemetery, one being pretty new and one being not so new. So the first one is about a family called Rayer, and this was a Jewish immigrant family who came from Krakow to New York City. And he had a pretty big family with his wife, Rachel. And what I find really interesting is the name of his children, because it sounds so Victorian. It just sounds like characters from, right from a book from that era. So they had 6 children of their own, and their names were Willie, Molly, Sadie, Gertie, Elsie, and Hyman. Those sound very much the era, and I thought that was pretty interesting and kind of like a great group of names that you could use for a story. The other thing that was kind of interesting is somewhere, I wasn't able to find it, but somewhere here there is a really big headstone that's actually not real. I mean, it's a real headstone, but it's actually not for anyone who died, because it was for a miniseries on HBO. It's just a prop, but they actually left it there for I Know This Much Is True. And so you can find this headstone for the Birdsey family. It's not real, but they just left it there, which is so bizarre. This little area was really nice. It's kind of up on a hill. It has a very kind of dramatic look to it, in the sense that I think they wanted it to have a really good view of the land that's there. And I think this is called the Emmanuel Temple. There's some really nice places to sit here, but it was so windy and so cold that I just decided to give up the ghost. In order to kind of get more into the vibe of the cemetery, I decided that I would read an Edgar Allan Poe poem that I think goes really, really perfectly with this cemetery. It's called The Haunted Palace. In the greenest of our valleys, by good angels tenanted, once a fair and stately palace, radiant palace, reared its head. In the monarch thought's dominion, it stood there. Never seraph spread a pinion over fabric half so fair. Banners yellow, glorious, golden, on its roof did float and flow. This, all this, was in the olden time, long ago. And every gentle air that dallied in that sweet day, along the ramparts, plumed and pallid, a winged odor went away. Wanderers in that happy valley, through 2 luminous windows saw spirits moving musically to a lute's well-tuned law. Round about a throne where, sitting, Porigny, in state his glory well befitting, the ruler of the realm was seen. And all with pearl and ruby glowing was the fairest palace door, through which came flowing, 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 and sparkling evermore, a troop of echoes whose sweet duty was but to sing, in voices of surpassing beauty, the wit and the wisdom of their king. But evil things in robes of sorrow assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn, for never morrow shall dawn upon him desolate. And round about his home, the glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim remembered story of the old time entombed. And travelers now within that valley through the red litten windows see vast forms that move fantastically to a discordant melody, while like a ghastly rapid river through the pale door a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh but smile no more. I hope you liked this little video of Montrepose Cemetery. Please take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.